Hey guys, and welcome to another lesson. In this one, we will discuss the divide, fillet, and chamfer commands inside the AutoCAD program. So first, let's say we have a line like this, a line like this, okay, like this one, okay, and enter. Now we would like the first command that we will learn is divide. So if I would like to divide this line into equal sections or separate sections without even separating it, I would like to, let's say I would like to divide it into three equal parts, and I would like to see these three equal parts. So in order to do this, we will use divide or div, which is divide like this, and it says select objects that you would like to divide. I would like to divide this one. Click on it. Then it says enter the number of segments or block. So how many segments that you would like to divide? I would like to divide this, let's say, into 6 parts. So I will say 6 parts and then enter. So you can see now this line is divided into 6 parts. However, someone will say, hey, where are these 6 parts? I can't see anything. Where are these parts? So in order to see them, all you have to do is that it is divided into 6 parts using points. So how can I see these points? I have to go to escape like this, go to utilities and point style like this, and make it instead of a dot, let's make it, for example, an X like this, and okay. So if you look now, we have the points that divide this line into equal parts. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6 parts. Okay, that is the order or the command divide inside AutoCAD. Okay, so let's select this. The second one, which we would like to discuss two in this lesson, or two commands that are related to each other, fillet and chamfer. So let's say we have a line like this, like this. Okay, let's activate the orthogonal like this, ortho, like this, orthogonal, like this. Okay, like this, and then enter. Now what I would like to do in this line, so you can see we have a group of lines connected together, and I would like to form a fillet between them. You know what is a fillet? Fillet is simply an arc like this. So you can see these two lines, I would like to connect them in a form of an arc, and instead of these two straight lines like this, I would like to be connected like this, arc, connect here, and I would like to F8, cancel F8, and like this, and I would like to form a fillet between them like this, something like this. Okay, but more accurate. Okay, so I can move this like this and skip, and then use a trim tool to enter once more to trim this and trim this. Okay, so we have this curvature or this arc. That is what we call the fillet. Okay, that is one way to do it, but as you can see, it takes a long time and several steps to do it. So instead of doing this, there is another way. How can we do this? Using fillet command. So if I type fillet, F and enter like this, then I would like to form a fillet between this object and this one. So I will select the first object, then select the second object, which is this one, and then it will apply a fillet between them. Now someone will say, where is the fillet? I can't see anything here. Okay, so let's type fillet again and you will understand why. Okay, so first fillet, look at this current settings. Mode equal trim and radius equal to 0 radius. So the fillet that we are going to make is 0 degrees. That's why this fillet didn't appear. So what I'm going to do is that I will change radius let's say 5 like this, and enter. So I would like to make a fillet of a radius equal to 5. Now let's try again and select the first object and second object like this. You can see fillet radius is too large. It means that this scale is very small. Okay, so let's skip F enter like this, and radius, let's make it 1 and enter. Select first object and second, again fillet radius very large. Okay, the scale here is crazy. Okay, fillet radius, make it 0.1 or 0.01 like this, and enter. Then select first object and second object like this. Now you can see we have formed a fillet between these two, right? Like this. That's what we call fillet. Now let's go to the other options. If we click F and enter, you will see that we have radius, which we have just seen. And let's say I would like to do fillet for this one, then this one, then this one. Now when I do this one, let's say this and this, you can see we are out of the command. Okay, we can't do more fillets. We have to say enter again to repeat the command, and then we select first object and second object. Now we can use an option called multiple. What does this do? It simply makes you do several times like this. Click this and this, fillet. Click here and here, another fillet. Click here, here and here, another fillet. Here and here, another fillet, and etc. Okay. So that is the radius in order to control radius of the fillet. Multiple in order to do the fillet command several times. Now the last two is undo, to undo the last action like this, similar to previous steps like this. Undo all of these fillets like this, undo. Okay, then skip. That is the last part. Now if we do fillet once more like this and we selected trim, okay, what does trim do? It says that do you would like to trim or no. You can see that here when we do any fillet like this, we had original line. It was like this, connected like this. If you choose to trim, it will delete this excess part and keep only the fillet. Now if we say no, I don't need to trim like this, and let's see what will happen. This part will remain as it is. So if I click here and here, you can see the fillet is now drawing and the original lines are also drawing. So in this case, the original line is kept as it is and we have an additional fillet. Of course, in reality, when we do fillet, we would like to do the trim all the time like this. So when we select these two corners like this, it will delete this excess part. Okay, great. Now we have the last action. Okay, so let's Control Z like this to undo all what we have done, all these fillets like this. Now let's say we have a polyline and I would like to do a fillet. So you can see they are individual lines, as you can see here. If we use a polyline like this with too many corners like this, you can see it like this. Okay, and I would like to, let's say enter, and I would like to do fillet for all of these corners here without going to each one individually. So how can I do this? Simply do fillet, okay, and select a polyline like this. Then select radius. Okay, so you can see if we select a radius of 1 like this, and this can happen to you. So if you go like this, it says no lines can be filleted. Why? Because one radius for this scale is very large. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to choose radius of smaller 0.1 as we have done in the beginning like this. And then if we select the shape itself, you can see it does polylines, or it does fillets in every corner. As you can see, if I click on it, you can see all of it was now filleted. Now you can see this is an individual lines. So how can I do the same trick for polylines for individual lines? All you have to do is that you select this and type join, as we have learned in the previous lessons. Now you have one polyline, so you can apply the same trick. So fillet, and then polyline, and then select the 2D polyline like this. Okay, so that is how you can do a fillet to your own drawing. Okay, now what about chamfer? What does chamfer mean even? Chamfer is like this. Let's do a line like this. So what does a chamfer do? And instead of connecting this corner in the form of a polyline, it can form a connected line. So it can be connected like this. So it can be like this. Let's remove ortho like this. So we will have this line, and this part will be trimmed like this. Okay, like this. Okay, now how can I do something like this without using these two? You can use chamfer like this, CHA, okay, A, which is chamfer like this, and select the first line you would like to chamfer, this one. Select the second line, which is this one, like this. Okay, you can see again it didn't do anything. Why? Because we need to adjust its own settings, like the chamfer. Then specify distance. You can see distance 10 and distance 20. What does this do mean? I will explain right now. You can see these two have a connected distance like this, F8, like this, right? So when we say chamfer, distance 1 representing distance from here to this point, and distance 2 from here to this point. Okay, so because these two distances determine where we are going to draw this line and what part will be trimmed. Okay, so how can I do this? Simply chamfer like this again once more, like this, and select distance. Okay, specify first chamfer distance. So let's say from here to let's activate orthogonal like this, F8, from here to here, and specify second point from here to here like this. Okay, so we specified the two distances. Right now you can see distance 2 and you can see distance 1. So if we go down here like this, you can see here specify first 1 and first 2. You can see very small values. Anyway, we will see right now the effect of what we have done. So then we are going to select the first line and second line. You can see we have made a chamfer between them like this. Okay, the same idea if I would like to do a chamfer for, let's do it like this, a chamfer like this for multiple. If I would like to do it here and here, then here and here, then here and here. So if you go down here, you can see one did here and another one here. Okay, it didn't appear because the scale is very small, or the values are very small. Here we didn't do it like this, and etc. Okay, if you would like to make it a little bit bigger, you can do it easily. So let's say Control Z, and Control Z, or skip first, Control Z for the chamfer. Okay, so for what we have already done. So let's say if I would like to make it bigger, chamfer once more like this, and choose here like this, choose like this distance like this, and specify the first one like this and second distance like this to make it more bigger. Then let's select multiple again, and first and second one like this, so it becomes more visible than this one. Select like this, you will have the second one. Okay, again you can also choose the polyline. If you have a polyline, let's say like this, and skip. And I'd like to do the same trick, so I will say chamfer like this and choose a polyline and select our polyline. You can see all of the corners are now chamfered. Okay, so that is how you can do fillet, chamfer, and divide inside the AutoCAD program.